Hey guys, welcome back. It's Evelyn. Sorry I've been out for a while again. If you're new here, hi, welcome. I am a 27-year-old living in Beijing and working as a project manager. I noticed a lot of you guys have recently started following me, and some of you are either considering moving to China, moving to Beijing, or you are already here. So I thought it might be helpful to make a little vlog of what I spend in a week living in Beijing to help you figure out what the cost of living is like out here in 2021. Lately, I've kind of been spending money without a plan, and Beijing is kind of an expensive city, so it's stressing me out a little bit. Over the past few weeks, I've started tracking expenses, and I wanted to try to come up with kind of an aggressive budget of spending only 100 kwai, which is about $15 a day. This week, I'm going to try to be as open and as honest as possible with you guys about my expenses. And again, I think Beijing is kind of an expensive city to live in. I don't know if that's an assessment you would agree with, so definitely as you go through the video, leave your thoughts down below in the comments. Oh, and my 100 kwai a day budget doesn't include rent and utilities, so I will total all of that up at the end of the video. Okay, gosh, I'm kind of feeling nervous, but let's just get started.
So it seems that I've been rather foolish for some time, trying to chase.
Hi, it's Monday. Today my boxes arrived from Chicago, so I think besides work, I'm just gonna spend all day at home unpacking, so probably not gonna spend any money today.
Now I remember everything and the way you looked at me, but I just can't forget. No, I can't let it go. Told me go on a sea where they might meet you in the air. You never know until you've seen it all for yourself.
Today's Tuesday. I thought I was doing really well on my budget because I didn't spend any money yesterday, but today like a bunch of things came up and my budget just blew up. All of my clothes from Chicago finally arrived. Suddenly my room just exploded with stuff. I needed to buy a shoe rack and lots of hangers for clothes. Also, my tripod was broken. I haven't even used it for the past month, and then once I picked it up today, one of the 3 legs just got broken, so I had to invest in a new one. For those of you who are relatively new, I kind of moved to China unexpectedly, so all of my stuff was in Chicago for like the past year and 9 months. Now I'm like struggling a little bit to understand why I even spent so much money to send all of it back, because I was living perfectly fine without it. Okay, I'm buying 30 more hangers for 60 kwai, so like $10. After dinner, I went to the grocery store to get a pineapple for making hot sauce with some friends. 13 块. We're starting a hot sauce company called Hot Saucy Boys and Girls, so that was my extracurricular activity for Tuesday night.
It's getting there.
Oh wow!
Yes, would you like to try our juice? Our juice. I think we should add in some water. Well, Dave's a handsome man, but
Thank you. But you know what? What do you know?
sometimes 9s end up with 10.
We'll move this into the kitchen, I think.
Okay. But I like the other game.
Cinematic focus. Interesting card.
Today's Wednesday. What did I do today? I went to work today, was at work almost all day. At work, breakfast, lunch, and dinner are provided. So my plan was actually to spend zero money today, but I ended up having a really nice dinner out at a Yunnan restaurant with Dave. Dinner cost 145 kwai, which is just over $20, which I think was amazing for the amount and the quality of food we got today. I do find that most of the times food is a lot cheaper in China. Stuff like burgers and pizza are usually the same price as places I've lived outside of China. For example, at this place Jing'e, you would get a pizza for like one person for around $15. And then a beer would be something like $8 to $10, 40 to 60 kwai. I wanted to try to enter my expenses from the last couple of days and see how much I spent so far. One thing that's really convenient about living in China is all payments pretty much go through the phone. So every single expense is tracked digitally already. I made this spending tracker on Google Sheets to track my expenses.
But we destroyed this town. And I can't rest my case on solid ground. Your walls fell down, who's gonna build them now?
So far this week, I've spent 337.5 kwai, so I'm only 37.5 kwai over budget. That's making me feel pretty good because I thought it was way worse. And I guess that's one of the benefits of having an expense tracker, because sometimes I would feel like I've spent a lot of money and then I would feel bad about it, and so I would be scared to look at my bank account. That would get into my way of actually starting to track my expenses and get on top of managing my finances. Versus now, after I've started tracking every single one of my expenses, it makes me realize that sometimes I'm not necessarily spending as much as I thought I was, and it gives me a little bit of confidence that I can stay on top of my finances and stick to my budget. On Thursday, I went to a coffee shop in Wudaoyan Hutong to work for the afternoon with Dave. Coffee is, in my opinion, ridiculously expensive in Beijing.
其实它会用咸圈煮。
One cup of espresso drink is typically between 35 and 50 kwai, so 550 to 750 in dollars.
Oh wow. And that's really good.
And it's an extra dollar if you want oatly.
Oh, that's a generous serving.
Is that okay for a first portion?
Oh, absolutely. More than okay. Hi, Wu-Gui. How's your day going? My day is going great. Okay, bye. Bye. Have a good day.
Today is Friday. It's really nice outside. I'm heading home now to do some work, do some editing, and then later tonight I'm probably gonna go out to see a show. So probably not gonna spend a lot of money today, besides the going out part, which might or might not end up being quite a bit. So we'll find out later. So my hangers arrived today. My tripod is also here. It's my new tripod. At night, we went to a funeral-themed going-away party for a friend's band, Jing at Tonic. It was at a bar/cafe called Camera Stilo, Tangfang Cafe. The drinks were kind of expensive. I spent 78 kwai on drinks, and then later we went to have dim sum at this, in my opinion, overrated, but you gotta try at least once, place called Jin Dingshen. We trapped a bug. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god, he's so fucking big. Jesus Christ.
How's Mr. Bug doing?
He's doing okay. I didn't kill him and I'm happy about that. He's got all of his legs and appendages, so I can be proud about that. I'm gonna need a coffee after this. Society decrees that men should be occasionally manly, and I'm not at all, but I'm gonna try my best. Oh, sorry buddy. Did I squish you a little bit? Sorry.
Bye.
Run away.
So today's a Saturday and it's a work day in China because it's a makeup day for a public holiday on Tuesday, Mid-Autumn Festival. So the streets were pretty busy today. Personally, however, I'm not at all about working on weekends, so I just took the day off. Despite that fact, however, today was not particularly productive. I didn't do much at all despite what you just saw, but spending wise, I spent $34.65 on some fruits and veggies. I cooked dinner at home. It's pretty under control. So far so good. It was rainy and gross all day Sunday, but we went out to have brunch at a restaurant called The Rug. They have the best and also the most overpriced tofu quinoa eggs benedict in Beijing. The brunch cost $249 in total, which was rather outrageous, but it was a treat from Dave. Thank you so much for feeding me. Then we went to a chocolate place called Vinci to get even more outrageously priced gelato for 78 kwai, $12.
Oh, damn, that's good.
I don't go on spending sprees like this normally, especially when I'm on my own, but I've come to realize people have different spending habits, whether it's in a romantic relationship or in social situations, and it's always a balance to find what makes everybody happy. I'm still trying to figure out how best to handle these types of situations, but for now I try to do what makes me happy and prioritize having a good time with the person or people I'm spending it with, which sometimes means spending a little bit more than I had planned, and other times means saying no to things that I know I won't enjoy. For the rest of the day, I ordered some packaging materials on Taobao for a cookie business I'm starting. More on that later. And later that night, Dave and I went out to see a traditional Chinese music performance to celebrate Mid-Autumn Festival. The show itself was free, but I did order a Didi, which is Chinese Uber, as well as some takeout, which brought my total spending on that day to 233 kwai, which is more than twice my budget. So in total, this week I spent 683 kwai, not counting rent and utilities. It's slightly under budget, but I'm not proud of it because up until now in September, I have been a few hundred kwai over budget, and I was hoping to use the last week to kind of even it out, which sadly didn't happen. A few things that I've noticed from tracking my expenses. I tend to spend a lot more over the weekend because of going out to eat or for drinks, and my highest expenditure every month for the past several months has been eating out. Alcohol purchases, which I think could really be scaled down because at the risk of being overly analytical here, A, grocery prices in China are exceptionally cheap. B, restaurants, depending on where you go, can be quite expensive. And C, personally, I really enjoy cooking. I enjoy it so much that I don't even mind washing dishes most of the times. Therefore, going out to eat, at least for me personally, it's just not rational because the marginal cost hugely outweighs the marginal benefit. So what I'm gonna do from now on is I'm going to try and scale back on eating out and see if that brings my expenses down until the end of the month. And if I can save a little bit more, I want to use that towards home improvement purchases or buying more kitchen gadgets and baking supplies. So 683 kwai, that was my daily spending for the week. Let's add back rent and utilities. For rent, I pay 5,500 kwai a month for a studio in Haidian. Divided by 4 weeks, that is roughly 1,375 a week. And looking at my utilities for the past several months, including electricity, water, internet, gas, it averages out to about 100 kwai a week. So that brings my true total expenses to roughly 2175 kwai a week, which is about $335 US. Now, what does this mean for you? If you're thinking about moving to Beijing and if you want to live exactly like you've seen in this video, which this thought scares me a little bit, but it's an incredibly truthful depiction of just my everyday life, you're going to need to make at least 9,000 kwai a month, and you'd be left with pretty much no savings. If you're willing to save a little bit on rent by either sharing an apartment with someone or moving a little bit further out, then you could maintain this lifestyle on roughly 7,000 kwai a month. Furthermore, if you want to scale back a little bit on dining or drinking out, you'd most likely be able to manage with 5,500 to 6,000 kwai a month. And if your accommodation is provided, you'll most likely be able to manage on a minimum of 2,000 to 3,000 kwai a month in Beijing. That averages out to a daily expense of 60 to 100 kwai. With all of that said, if you're planning to come to China as an English teacher, which is how the vast majority of people I know start in China, unless you're a student, the, let's say, median salary in Beijing is about 15,000 kwai. Please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong there. And on top of that salary, many English teaching jobs provide accommodation. So that is way more than enough to live comfortably. Okay, that was my best attempt at a cost of living breakdown for someone who's really bad with money. I hope that was somewhat helpful. If so, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you're interested in learning more about life in China or simply want to follow my journey here, please feel free to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye!